Hi guys, it's Rick Shiels down here at Quest Golf Academy here at Prairie Sports Village. I'm going to be testing and reviewing the Taylormade P730 irons. These are the blades, the true blades that Taylormade have brought out this year. I've got the 7, the 4 and the pitching wedge to test with Pro V1s on GCQUAD. Go through some numbers, dive into some detail about these golf clubs and also look at a little bit of shot shaping ability with these golf clubs as well, because that's kind of where they're geared around. This is Taylormade's 6th set of irons they've brought out. So we've got P730s, which is the true blade. Then we go 750s, a little bit more cavity. 770s, even a little bit more cavity. P790s, which is the one with the speed foam in the middle of the head, the hollow head design. Then you go into the M range, where you've got M1, M2 and an MCGB. A lot of irons they brought out this year. I don't think they need them all, if I'm honest. I think they've brought out a little bit too much of a spread, but this really is designed for the tour player. The tour player, the scratch handicapper, the best player of your golf club. This golf club has been teased out to us for a long time because we saw glimpses of some of the tour players using this in a prototype manner. Certainly Rory McIlroy was one of the ones when he kind of switched to TaylorMade. They brought out a Raw's proto of this iron, and then it's actually come out now into production. It is the smallest head design. It's the forged head. It is the most truest blade, and we're going to hit some shots. I mean, it's very, very shiny. It's hard to actually get the close-ups you see on screen now because the shine on the back of the golf club is full-on chrome. We have this milled channel going straight through the middle, which, I'll be honest, I thought was just for decoration. They're saying that's helping separate the mass vertically, so helping move the weight to the bottom of the golf club a little bit more than what you would do in a true blade. So it's a bit of decoration, a fancy border, but it's also doing a little bit to the club as well. The lofts are very weak compared to all of the Taylormade clubs that are out already iron-wise. This 7 iron is 35 degrees of loft. Where we look at the M2 iron, and that's, or M1 iron, that's looking at nearer to 28 and a half. I think M2, 28 and a half degrees of loft, which is so different, it's untrue, but different players and different categories they're looking at. Let's give it a hit. That's what we're waiting for, really. Pro V's GCQUAD, and when I set it up behind the ball, it is so slim and it's such a small toe to heel line. It's a beautiful looking golf club, it really is. The face has been slightly more dulled out, so you don't get that shiny glare from the back. The toe and the heel are a little bit more kind of dulled in their finish. And then we've got a very highly milled face by the looks of things. So I'm expecting some decent numbers on spin and not loads of distance. I'll put the flag out there at 170. So that's, this is a 35 degree lofted 7 iron, which is the 7 iron loft I use. It's right down it. Well, a little bit short actually. I didn't quite get the carry. It's nearly got in, but I didn't quite get the carry. Flight was high, straight, felt lovely off the head. That's one of the straightest ball flights I've ever seen, but only carrying there at 159, which I'm not expecting loads more. Spin numbers are good, nearer to 7,000, which again is probably what I'd expect to see on a 35 degree lofted 7 iron. And you can see all the club head data there. Strike location was excellent. It came right out the middle. Kind of everything I needed it to do, maybe just a fraction shorter than maybe I expected. Let's go another one with the 7. Again, right down it. Doesn't feel like you're going to get a lot of forgiveness. That was, again, a good centered hit, but it focuses, I always think with a blade, it very much focuses your mind on the center of the golf club. They're 2 wonderfully straight golf shots. 161 carry there, 6,500 spin. Again, good height, good trajectory, good ball flight. You can see strike location, all the numbers there. You kind of need those types of numbers. You can see there everything was pretty neutral and the strike was pretty central to make a club like this really react well for you. I've hit those 2 very lovely. Let's see if I can go another couple more. Give that one just a little bit more speed just to get to that green. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I felt like I just maybe needed to give it a fraction more club head speed just to actually get the ball flight that I needed. I mean, look at those 3 golf shots. They are absolutely down the line of the flag. 164 carry, which is much closer to where I'd normally see it. Because of the increase of club head speed, I've got a bit more ball speed, a little bit more spin. And again, you can see the strike location and club data there. It's very on point. I feel like I can swing these golf clubs. It sounds daft, but I feel like I can swing them with a level of precision. If I was to dance around a couple of shots now, I'm going to try and shape a few in here. I'm going to try and fade one in and also draw it, because with a blade club like this, certainly when you get a very slim bottom line, it just feels like you can sit the face a little bit more open, a little bit more closed, and help actually shape the ball a little bit more. So let's go for the fadey one first, where I'm going to sit the face a fraction more open and actually aim left. The bottom of the golf club just feels like it allows for that to a degree. I am liking the look of these, and feel-wise so far, they felt very kind of responsive and soft. I've liked the feel of the forged head on the 3 shots I've hit. Let's go for a little fadey one into that flag. It's certainly trying. It is certainly trying. That's kind of what you want to see in a blade. You want to be able to manipulate it a little bit. You want to be able to shape it. I mean, that's a tiny bit pulley, but it tried to move back. I'm not the most natural fader of the golf ball, if you've seen any of my videos before, but I felt like I could, if I needed to, a little bit more work on that. Let's actually go one more with the fade. Yeah, I just could have just kept that face a little bit more open there to produce that shot. But certainly the bottom line of the club helps me look and align the face up so much easier when it's a thin top edge and a very small bottom base of the club. Let's go for one more fadey one into this flag. That's going to be better. There we go. It's trying. I like it. I do. I like that ability as a a decent player, as a golf professional. I love that ability to be able to just kind of shape it in there, caress the shots that I need to. Probably play it really low, so I'm going to go for the low one actually. Everyone knows I can hit the draw. Fade one there is almost coming back, but I had loads of control over that. They're winning me over, I must admit. I'm very much liking the feel and the looks and that little bit of ability to be able to shape it. Very tasty. Let's go for a low. I'm going to squeeze one out here. Playing in the links, playing in the wind. You can see there, just a completely different ball flight. It's not going to stop quite as well. I have no complaints, not a single one. Every shot that I've hit there felt as beautiful as the one previous to that. I felt like I struck them wonderfully well. I felt like I've been able to control the flight a little bit more. I felt like I could do a lot of stuff with that. And the numbers that I'm getting, that one actually registered a little bit from the toe, but it didn't quite feel that toey. The one thing with a blade length that much, you're not going to get loads and loads of help. I'm going to move back to 4-iron next and give this a hit, because that's where it gets a little bit scarier. Okay, so I'm now moving into the 4-iron. We've got 24 degrees of loft in the 4. Again, not super strong, but enough to get me out there, probably about 215. And this is where my little annoyance with the font that they've used on this set of golf clubs slightly grates on me. I've always liked the roundness to the shape of the Taylormade, but this new font that they've used on the P730, on the forge, and then on the number, just does not suit this iron. It looks far too futuristic. And actually the 4 looks awful. It's so kind of, it looks like an unfinished H. And I hate that. Oh, what a shame. They felt like they got everything just like, oh, perfect, 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 perfect. And then they stuck that horrible font on it that they've used in the other irons, the P750s, 770s and 790s. It feels like it suits the 790s because it's a little bit different. It just does not suit this bladed golf club. But people might disagree, I'm not sure. I just don't like that font number at all. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. 4-iron, bladed. It's always a scary one, hitting a bladed long iron, but we shall give it a whirl. It's come out well, but I've hit that from the toe. I feel like the club twisted quite heavily there. Yeah, it's going to be short of my target. We'll see what strike location looks like. I mean, I seem to be hitting them wonderfully straight. I'm swinging it quite straight at the moment, if I'm honest, but flights have come out really straight so far. 191 carry distance, and you'll see the strike location in a minute. It's pretty scrappy as it picked up. It's still measured from the toe, but it felt like I'd almost missed the grooves. That's the one thing with the 4-iron, you don't seem to get loads and loads of forgiveness because it's a bit tougher. Let's go for a few more, see if we can strike the middle. I do like the look of them. I like the feel of them. They're good weighting system on the clubs as well. I'll give that a rip. I've absolutely buttoned that. Yeah, absolutely ripped it. What was that carrying at? That must be carrying near to 200. That came out so strong. Yeah, 202 carry. It's ran through the back of the green there, but that's not a big issue. I'm gonna go for kind of a big fadey one. I'm happy with the 4-iron. You're never gonna get loads of forgiveness. And the guys that are using this set of clubs won't be too put off by hitting a 4-iron. They won't be replacing this with so much of a hybrid. What they might do is replace it for like a P750, a 770 or a 790. This is where I just felt like they've got too many clubs. I feel like they could have gone P30, P60, P730, P760, P790. I don't think they needed both of those two clubs in that kind of middle section really. Let's go for a fadey one. I just feel like I can sit this face so lovely and open with the 4-iron. It's trying. It is trying. You know my fades are never going to fade, but that felt good as well. I'm liking them so far. Let's go to pitching wedge. Numbers there for a 4-iron. I wouldn't expect anything different. I'm going to get punished if I don't strike it. And when I can maneuver it a little bit more, it feels great. It feels really good off the head. And just that softness of the feel. I'm going to move back to pitching wedge next. I'm going to just move the flag. Okay, so 47-degree pitching wedge. And again, this kind of hate to the font that they've used on this kind of comes back in again. The P, I just don't like the P. The font that they've used is just awful. It's a good looking wedge as well. It's so lovely and sharp, and this kind of milled channel really stands out. And I guess on a wedge with that milled channel, you can shove a little bit more weight in the bottom of the golf club. It separates that vertical weight distribution that we're talking about. Let's hit some wedges. 47 degrees. I'm only going to have the flag there at 130. Try and control a few shots in there. It's come out really nice. So far, I'm struggling to give any huge amounts of performance criticism because I feel like the performance has been outstanding. Feel is right up there with some of the best I've felt so far with iron-wise. I really do. I wish they'd change that font. It's an awful idea, that font. But like I say, that might just be my complete opinion on that. Some good numbers there on the wedge. Just under 10,000 spin, which is always nice to see with a full hitting pitching wedge. Right down it. Very good control, all over it. Love it, honestly. I'm just going to finish on with one kind of last low-flighted, fizzy wedge. Just feel like I can kind of do it with this. That front line, I feel like I can just de-loft a little bit and try and squeeze one out here with the wedge. Performance has been outstanding. Feel has been exceptional. Looks are just right up there with some of the best. Just that font at the final bit of the font's the only thing I absolutely hate. And then the other thing, I just feel like Taylormade didn't need to bring 6 sets of irons out this year. I'm going to squeeze one in low. Pulled it a little bit. I feel that that one. I feel like Taylormade have made a big mistake this year by bringing 6 sets of irons out. I didn't think they needed that much variety. For me, they needed these blades. Then they didn't need both the 750s and the 770s. I really do feel like they should have brought out a 760 set in that range. Then gone to 7 P790, which is the hollow head design with the speed foam. Love that club, really love it. And then they could have gone M1, M2, and then the big, massive, forgiving one of CGB. If you want to see any of the reviews of any of the Taylormade irons, they're all on my channel. I'll put a link up here in the corner. That was the P730. It does everything it should do. It feels like everything it should feel like. It looks every which way. The shaping of it, absolutely exceptional. I've just got a slight critique about the font, but that is just me. Guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. If you are new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. Comment below, what do you think of these super blades? It's kind of blade season at the moment. Everyone's bringing out blades. And what head-to-heads would you like to see? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you soon.